What's up, you guys? So today's the day. I look a mess, so I know you already know what this video is gonna be. I'm honestly doing what I should have done a long time ago, and I put it off for a really long time just because I only wanted to deliver what was best for my skin and others like me. So I'm gonna jump right in with primer. I'm gonna take 2 primers today. I'm going to take my MAC Prep and Prime. This was from a limited edition collection that they had, but I'm just gonna spritz my face. I do this one first to give my skin like the hydration that it needs. And then I go in with my e.l.f. Putty Primer. I'm gonna take a generous amount and just apply it all over the face. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna lock in that hydration that I spritzed on the skin. And it's gonna smooth everything out. So if you have any texture, any blemishes, I mean, it's gonna smooth right over it. Now, I will say, if you are really acne prone and you do have dry patches or any flakiness in that area, you're definitely gonna wanna exfoliate with some sort of scrub to get rid of all of the dry skin on your face, because if you have dry skin, that primer, the e.l.f. Putty Primer, will stick to it. Jumping right in with foundation, my holy grail, wear it all the time, Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Foundation. I am in the shade 2 into Linen. Take my little spatula, for like mixing, and I'm just gonna come in here and pick up some product and put it on my face. So I'm kind of just putting it everywhere. That way I can get an even application. And then I'm just gonna take my Urban Decay sponge and I'm just gonna blend it out. And a lot of people don't like it. I know that a lot of people don't do it, but I do go over my lips. I do that just so I can get the full pigmentation of like my lip liner and my lipstick, gloss, etc. So I'm just gonna blend this out. And also, this color actually matches me pretty well right now. So I'm just making sure that everything is thoroughly blended in. I don't want any lines, any patches. And this foundation is buildable. It is full coverage, but to me, there are levels of full coverage. This is like on the second scale of full coverage, but you can build it to be super, super full if you need to, which is great, honestly. So I'm actually just gonna take what's left on this little applicator, my little spatula here. That way this product doesn't go to waste because I'm not able to put it back into the bottle. And I'm just gonna put that all over my face. While I'm blending this out, let me just say, in 2018 and 2019, my skin was so bad. It was embarrassing, honestly. So for all of you out there who have serious skin concerns, I think it was hormonal acne that I had, but it was so bad. I just had straight up humongous acne patches right here on both sides of my jaw, and then I'd also get them really bad in between my brows, and it made me really insecure for a long time, honestly. And I did not like not wearing makeup, but sometimes whenever I would put makeup on top of it, it just looked worse. So to all of you out there who have acne or skin concerns, especially with like the kind of day and age that we live in now where everybody is so like picture perfect, honestly, it makes it super hard for us to be confident in ourselves whenever we have those issues. I just want you to know that you're not alone. Like, I've been there. I know what that feels like. And I'll tell you what worked for me. I can't promise it will work for you, but this is what worked for me. And I know not everybody likes it, but the St. Ives Blackhead Clearing Scrub. It has 2% of salicylic acid in it, which is really great for anybody who has acne, blackheads, pustules, which is little tiny white pimples, which I usually get around my nose. It got rid of everything. Like if I get up close, I mean, I have a little bit of texture, but I have no more pimples down here in this region, which is super nice, especially since I do like wearing makeup. So I would just recommend you try that. It's only a couple dollars, and if it doesn't work for you, then you're not out a lot of money. But I promise, with continued use, salicylic acid does work for people who have serious acne concerns. So I would definitely look into that. I did just want to talk about that real quick. I feel like for a long time I didn't post on like Instagram, or I didn't post any pictures of myself just because I was so insecure in my skin. So for all of you out there who have skin concerns, just know that you are not alone. For concealer today, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Tan Sand. I'm going to put that here in this region. And then just the usual places that I usually like to add a little bit more coverage. And then I also go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. This one's a little bit lighter than that one. This one is in 34S Medium Sand. And I put that one right under here. So you can see there's a little bit of a color difference between the two. And I just put that right over top of it. This just adds brightness. And yes, this one does have coverage, but I just like the finish of the e.l.f. one. And whenever these two are mixed together, it is the most beautiful little cocktail you can make for concealer. So I really like it. I'm just going to go ahead and blend all of this out. Want your concealer just to stay right here, right under the eye. Just pounce right here under the eye until all of the product is blended in. So you can kind of see how there is product here, and then this part right here is blended in. That's all you have to do if you feel like you've over blended. But you can always go back in if you feel like you have done that with your foundation. So you'll just go in, put a little bit more where you feel you've over blended, and then it will kind of counteract and balance itself out. Anywho, feels like I've been in quarantine for a year, and honestly, just can't wait to go out and just get a drink. I know that probably sounds so crazy, but I really didn't get to enjoy my birthday the way that I wanted to, so can you please be over quarantine? Like, we're ready. We are ready. So now that I have this all blended out, we're looking extremely even. Everything is covered. This is more of a full coverage base that I am doing. That's what I personally like. You can adjust these steps to how you see fit for your face or your preference. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to cream contour. This is a really beat up palette. It looks like there's nothing left, but I promise there is. This is the Graftobian foundation palette. I believe this one is in, yeah, this one's in Warm. I love this palette. I actually need to repurchase this one. I'm just going to go back in with my spatula and I'm going to pick up some of the product that is left in here, and I'm going to make a little cocktail of colors. So I'm just gonna take my, what is this? The Zoeva 145 Concealer Blender. I love this for carving out my cheekbones. I know that the lighting probably isn't the greatest. I do apologize. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna set it or place it right where I want my contour to be. I'm gonna do the same on this side here. Take this one and blend it on the forehead. It does not have to be perfect. And then one way I do get the product to stay a little bit more slick or blendable, if you will, is I will take some MAC Fix Plus and I'll spritz that on my face, which does help with the blendability of the product as well if you've noticed that it's set too quickly. Just gonna take a little bit and put it on the tip of my nose. I do like a shorter nose, which is why I do that step. I'm just gonna take this and pretend like I'm kind of outlining my lips when I'm really not. But I do take this on my lips because it will set perfectly in the hollows and it will cast to where you have bigger lips. Going in with the same beauty sponge, I'm instantly gonna go over the lips. I don't want that one to set or even get a chance to set because I just want the cast to be there. Same with my nose, just blending upwards, as you can see there. And then I'll do the same with the chin. Now, once I get to my cheekbones, I'm gonna kick off any product that may have been on this Zoeva brush. This is the 110 Face Shape brush, perfect for cream contour or anything of that nature. Love this brush. I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna blend. And then if I notice that it's having trouble blending, that's when I'll go in with the Fix Plus. But right now, I think we're still in some good hands here and it is blending. We just want it to give that cast. I know that my window is probably making it really hard for you all to see, but we'll get it situated, okay? We'll get it situated. I'm gonna go on the forehead and I'm just gonna blend into my hairline here. As y'all can see. Now I am just going in circular motions as if I was buffing in a foundation. That's exactly the motions that I'm doing, and this will end up giving you a seamless blend. I like an overall bronzy look, so I don't mind to be a little heavy-handed whenever it comes to applying the product and blending it out. So I'm not super precise about blending, but placement is everything. Placement is key to getting a nice structured face. So now that we're all blended out, I'm just gonna go over if I see any patchiness, and then it kind of just makes everything a little bit more even. Now I'm gonna go in with this side. Scoot this clip back because I cannot stand that noise. This product is still blending out, so it will warm up with the heat of your face, which is super nice, the warmth of the skin. So with that being said, now I'm just kind of pouncing it in. Pouncing, tapping, swirling, buffing. So whatever you need to do to blend out, that's what you do. Honestly, a beauty blender is really user-friendly. Like, you can't mess it up, but it's all about personal preference. I really enjoy brushes. Just makes me feel more artsy. Now I'm just kind of going in with my nose contour. And by kind of, I mean, I'm not being precise about it. I'm just warming up the edges of my nose. And I drag it into the front of my brow, which just helps with the blendability of my brows later. So I'm just taking that on the edges, just warming up the skin. Just whatever is left on the brush, that's what I use. I don't go in with any more product to get the job done. Now I'm going to take that 110 brush from Zoeva and I'm just going to blend. So I'm just stamping the product in once I've got it blended out. My back here, it's a mess. I'm sorry. So this is what we're working with. Everything is super blended and warm. Everything's just warmed up by the contour. So I'm just gonna go back in, repounce kind of over everything. Make sure everything is blended. And then I go in to set. To set, I'm using 3 different powders. I know, it's a lot. For my under eye, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. Is that what it is? Yeah, Pro Filter Banana Powder. I have a love-hate relationship with that one. I don't like the scent of it. It's horrible. Then for the outer perimeters of my face, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way powder. I really love this one. It has a great smoothing aspect to this powder. I really want to try the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finishing Powder, but I feel like this is very similar to that. And this is in the shade Latte. And then, I know, for my nose, only my nose, I'm going to take the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores not translucent. It's the loose setting powder in the shade Light. Let me just say, does that look like light to you? Because it's not. It's not. It's not. I'm going to take this flat edge of my still kind of moist sponge. I'm going to take the It Cosmetics powder first, blow away any of the excess, and I'm just going to press this on my nose. So after I have that on the nose, it is darker, you can see there, but we're gonna brighten it up. On this Zoeva 104 buffer, I'm gonna take that Too Faced powder and I'm just gonna stamp this all on the outer perimeters of my face, blending down the neck slightly because the majority of these products, I mean, they all pretty well match my neck and my body. My hand, the self-tanner is gone. So let's not pay attention to that. So I'm just gonna set everywhere, including the under eye. So I'm just gonna lightly go right under the under eye, going over the lid. That noise is probably really annoying, I'm sorry. Why I use the Fenty Beauty powder is because if you bake with it, it will give you that brightness. So I just use the Too Faced for the smoothing, and then I go in with the Fenty one to add brightness to the face. Now that that is all set, now I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty powder, and I'm just going to take, which one am I going to take? I'm going to take this little tiny, super small, this little It puff, and I'm going to pack the powder onto the puff, and I'm just going to press it under my under eye. This all in the area where I want brightness to be, so pretty much everywhere that I highlighted. So now that we look crazy, I'm just going to take the same packing brush that I used for my powder, which was from Zoeva, and I'm just going to blend out where I don't want anything to be too baked, if you will. So I'm just going to blend out the edges of my under eye, my forehead, because we don't want nothing crazy up there. I'm going to hit the nose and only the sides of my nose. Because I noticed that if I let it set too long on the sides of my nose, it looks kind of ridiculous and it will leave a cast in it. You can just tell it's not meant to be there. So the key is not letting it set too long, especially since I do have dry skin. I don't want it to cling to any dry patches, which that powder does tend to do so, which is why I go in with the Too Faced powder first. I'm just going to let the rest of this bake set under my eye, and I'm going to jump right in with contour. Going in with my contour and bronzer, I'm going to take my Hoola by Benefit, and I'm going to take this angled brush. I don't even know what kind of brush this is. It's just an angled brush. I'm just going to pick up some product, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to go in and go right over where I went with the contour. At first, it's going to look super crazy. Like, we're going to look crazy. But everything evens itself out once it comes to the end. So I just hit where I want to accentuate, I suppose. So I do my cheekbones, my chin, the tip of my nose. I'll get to the sides in a minute. Then I'm going to go up here and warm up my forehead. Now I'm going to go in with my JH30 brush. Make sure there's nothing on it. I'm going to pick up that hula, kick off the excess, and I'm just going to warm up the sides of the nose. We're not contouring the nose. We're just warming up the edges. So we're just accentuating all of the parts that we cream contoured. Hit the little round button nose portion. I feel like I do have a nose that's already like that, so it makes it kind of easier for me to get that kind of look. I am going to take some of this bronzer and I'm going to run it right here in my crease, which is just going to tie everything together. So where I brought it up right here, you're just going to follow that shape. And this just gives you a nice wash of color on the eyelids. Now I'm going to go back in with my little flat brush. I'm going to kick away the banana powder. And I'm just going to run that right over top my eyelid, which is just going to help tone everything down because I don't want no crazy kind of pigmentation on my eye. I know. We're going in with another powder. Don't kill me. I'm going to take this pure kind of contour kit, and I'm going to take this e.l.f. brush. I think this is a blush brush. Looks like that. I'm going to hit the banana powder and the baby pink kind of shade, and I'm going to run that right under my eye, which is just going to give us a little bit of brightness. So if you need more, you can always go in with this, which usually I typically do because I love a brighter under eye. Yes, you can go in with a brighter concealer, which I usually do, but since I do bronze my skin so heavily, I don't like to go in with any kind of crazy light kind of concealer. So I just kind of use the banana shades and baby pink shades to brighten the face. I'm going to take this BH Cosmetic brush and my ABH Glow Kit. And I'm going to take the shade Moonstone, and I'm just going to hit just the highest points. I'm not so crazy with highlighter anymore, but I do like to have a little bit of a sheen. Nothing crazy, though. I just feel like it can get really messy, and it can get in places that is not supposed to be highlighted, so I don't like to do it too often. But I do love a highlight on the nose. And then I take it and I put it all the way at the highest point, almost where my nose starts to ridge right here. I will put it right there. That just elongates the nose just a little bit. And I'm gonna hit the chin and above the brow. Just ever so slightly, like I'm just feathering the brush back and forth. I'm gonna take this Milani blush trio today. And I'm going to take the one right here in the middle, kick off some of the excess because this one is pigmented, and I'm just going to run that on my cheeks. I'm actually going to swirl all three together. Let me just see what kind of effect I get from that. Whoa. Kick off that excess, girl. We don't want to do too much. This is like a really pretty everyday kind of blush. I will run a little bit on my nose because I do like a blushy nose. Very pretty, very rosy, very just like everyday. And I just like to kind of put blush everywhere because blush is literally my favorite. Aside from doing eyelashes, like blush is my favorite step of my whole entire routine. So to get rid of the powdery finish, I'm actually going to take this one. This one here is the MAC Prep and Prime Coconut. I was going to use the floral one, but I'm almost out of that and I would like to save that one. This one's in coconut, if I didn't say that already, and I'm just going to spritz all over my face. This just gets rid of the powdery look. So if you over powder like I do, which I tend to, because the more powder you use, I feel like the longer it lasts, and I need my makeup to last whenever I'm wearing it. I'm not gonna wear makeup just to wear it for a couple of hours, so I need longevity whenever it comes to products. All of the products that I'm wearing last. They last on the skin. It always looks beautiful from start to finish, right whenever I put it on to when I take it off, which is the only kind of products that I want to recommend. Jumping right in with eyebrows, because I really don't do too much with my eyes. I'm actually going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and I'm actually going to set my eyebrows first. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to push all of my hairs up. My eyebrows are two completely different people. Like, they don't even like each other. Like, it's crappy, but it is what it is. And then doing the same thing to the other eyebrow. This just gives them the shape, which helps me use less product whenever it comes to filling them in. I honestly cannot wait for Ulta to open back up. Like, straight up. I cannot wait for Ulta to open back up. I love the brow bar that they have, and I need my eyebrows tinted real bad. Also, by the way, if you've never had your eyebrows tinted, I'm just going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and this one is in the shade Soft Brown, and I'm just going to fill in. If you've never had your brows tinted, it is the best thing ever. It will tint your skin slightly. So if you like a shape that's a little bit thicker than your natural brow, they can tint it for you. Like, it's not going to last as long as it will to the hairs, but it's so nice. Like, it's a game changer. I just prefer to go get mine done because it's like a way of pampering yourself. Now you can see that since I put the gel down first, I didn't have to fill in like a crazy lot because it already had the shape going for me. Now, if you go in with your eyebrows not gelled, like I know a lot of people will just take a spoolie and then they'll just shape. I can't do that because my brow hairs will not stay, and then I'm over drawing and I can never get my eyebrows to look, you know, like symmetrical. But that's just my tip for you guys. Just use the brow gel first. Because to me, the wax of the pencil is just going to help adhere the hairs to the skin. So it just makes it it's just much easier to do it that way. And you're using less product, which who doesn't want to save their product? Make sure they're a little bit even, like this one here. I do that because the lighting. So this one can use a little bit of an extended tail. And just like that. Like, I'm not messing with them anymore. They are what they are. I'm going to take the Anastasia, what is this? Like the Dip Brow Gel in Soft Brown. And I'm only going to put this on the outer half of my brows. Like so. That way they don't look powdery. Everything looks a little bit more filled in. I have a love-hate relationship with this mascara. I know a lot of people don't like it. But right now, this is the darkest mascara that I have in my collection. So I kind of got to use it. This is the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. And I just placed this at the base of my lashes. That way I can put falsies on. Like, that's why I don't like this mascara, is because the applicator is so big. We don't want it. We don't want it near those parts of town, okay? we don't. It's just so clumpy as well. It's just a really clumpy, it's just a hot mess. But if you use it sparingly, it does work. If you don't make that face, like, who are you? Sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do whenever I have to get on the inner corner of this eye. Now that I have mascara on, I'm going to go grab my lashes. I'm going to apply them. I'm most likely going to use the Balm extensions. If you have not heard of them, they are the best. I'm going to be taking the 25 mm lashes. They have the best lashes I've ever tried. I have tried so many Lily lashes. I've tried so many velour lashes. I've just tried so many different brands. Kiss is my favorite drugstore brand whenever it comes to lashes, but if you want to get something that's still inexpensive, but you want more of a variety, the Balm extensions, I will link their Instagram down below. They have the best lashes ever. And if you don't know, they sell kits like this, and I purchased this one. They had a sale going on. I got it for $35. And I believe you get, 8 lashes. So you really can't beat it for the price. So definitely check them out. And I'm going to go pop my lashes on and I'll be right back. Okay, so while my lashes are drying, I am just going to show you which lash glue I use. Let's see if I have an extra one down here, which I think I do. Yes, I do. The AOA Studio Super Strip Lash Adhesive. This crap is amazing. One of my favorites. And it dries so fast. While my lashes are drying, I'm actually just going to go ahead and do my lip real quick. I'm going to take the MAC lip liner and strip down. My favorite. And I'm just going to kind of fill in the edges. And I do overline my lips. It is personal preference, whatever you personally prefer. But it works for me. And if you have a problem with it, then mind your own damn business. Do you see the difference? As you can see here, I barely overline the top because you can see right there is where my Cupid's bow actually is. So I just go right above that. Just making sure they're even. and I just fill in the edges to make sure everything looks pretty symmetrical. That's the only hard thing about overlining the lips, is you have to make sure that everything is precise. Now that I have that on, I'm just gonna pop on my eyelashes real quick. Look at that. So pretty. I'm using a pair of lashes out of the Fluffy set. I believe, let me see which ones these are. I think these ones are an Erica. They're Erica for sure. Because Lola I have out of there as well, but they're the wispier ones that are a little bit more clustery. Let me readjust my fingers. Looks okay. I love that lash glue, guys. It works so good. And these are what the lashes look like. Like, the lashes make the look. Honestly, lashes this big, 25 mm, that's a humongous eyelash, like you can see from the side. It's a lot. It's a big lash. So if you aren't used to this kind of lash, check out their 20 mm lashes. Those ones are beautiful. Those ones remind me of a little bit of a fluffier, kind of this kind of fluff, but in like a Miami, or not a Miami, but in a Lily Lash. They're kind of like that length of like a Miami, but they're much fluffier and they look a little bit more like lash extension style. I really don't like Lily lashes. Can you believe it? I really don't. Mykonos is the only lashes that I like from Lily Lashes. I love the style of those. I think they're absolutely beautiful. But Miami, I just don't like. It's just not flattering on my eye shape, and I can find tons of other lashes that are similar that just look better on my eye. So I'm gonna jump right in with lipstick. If you want the best nude combo, if you self-tan, MAC lip liner in Strip Down, Dose of Colors liquid lip in Supernatural, and then you top it off with the Milani, what is this? Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper Lip Gloss in the shade Champagne. Look no further. This is the perfect nude lip. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. And I'm just gonna go in and apply it to my lips. I love the applicator on this. It's very Jeffree Star style. And then I'm just going to take my finger and blend it out. So pretty. So pretty. And then sometimes, I don't think this is it. Sometimes I'll take the MAC lipstick in Honey Love and I'll put that right in the center. That gives a little bit of a peachier tone to it. But I'm just going to go in with gloss today. I love this gloss. It's so pretty. This lip combo makes your teeth look so white. So it's beautiful. I literally love it. Like, look no further. I literally have 8 MAC lip liners that are just in Strip Down. I just like a brownie nude, and that's just my vibe, man. That's just my vibe. So I'm going to wrap this up real quick. I'm going to actually set my face this time. I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. This crap is like hairspray, so don't get it near your hair because it will literally crunch up. And I'm just gonna set. Like so. And just like that. We looking cute. We looking cute. Now, if you want to amp up your look just a little bit more, at this point, after I put on the setting spray, I do go in with another layer of blush. That is personal opinion. If you want to go in with that extra step, I do. So I'm just going to take my Zoeva 111 Petite Face Finish brush, and I'm just going to wipe it on this old t-shirt. And I'm going to pick up this blush out of this Sephora trio. By the way, these highlights here are beautiful. And I'm just going to pat this. I'm patting and swiping. And you can see how it just amped up just a little bit. Just going to run this on the nose, temples, forehead, chin. And voila. You're done. Just like that. You're done. All right, y'all, I'm back. This here is the completed look. This is just such an effortless, beautiful look. You can change the look with just changing the lip color and the lashes. You can always add liner. Sometimes I do add liner, but it's all about personal preference. Today, I just wanted to go with just a big pair of lashes and no liner. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm so sorry that this was so long awaited. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's been long awaited. I hope there is more to come for y'all. But that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys later.